Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to understand what businesses are really up to. And today, we're diving into a 10K report that promises a lot of interesting things and also hints at a few potential headaches. This one is for LifeMD, a telehealth company, and get this, they talk about artificial intelligence a whole lot, so we might need AI to understand it all, or better yet, decode it. LifeMD is trying to make healthcare easier and cheaper by connecting patients directly with doctors online. They're doing pretty well, saying they've helped over 1 million people. This 10K, that's their annual report, basically tells us how they did last year and what they're worried about. They made some big promises and also warned about some huge risks. Let's find out what this all means. LifeMD's core mission is to empower people to live healthier lives by making healthcare more accessible and affordable. They have about 275,000 active patient subscribers across multiple areas. What's even more telling is that about 92% of their telehealth revenue comes from recurring subscriptions. This shows a degree of reliability in their revenue. They're not just one-hit wonders. One thing they're betting big on is weight management, particularly with GLP-1 medications. This market is projected to explode in coming years, going from a $13 billion market to a $100 billion market by 2030, according to some estimates. So LifeMD is trying to get a big piece of that pie. They've even opened their own pharmacy to make the whole process smoother, from the initial online consultation to getting your prescription delivered. They expect that pharmacy to generate savings of around $5 million a year. Currently, the pharmacy is focused on prescription shipments for their lifestyle healthcare businesses, so it's not doing everything just yet, but they are planning to build out their non-sterile compounding capabilities to service more clinical areas in the future. To expand even further, LifeMD is teaming up with other companies. One deal they talk about is with Withings, a company that makes in-home health monitoring devices. The goal here is to give doctors better data so they can provide better care. There's also a partnership with Ash Wellness to provide at-home lab testing. These partnerships are important because it shows how LifeMD is trying to be more than just a website that gives you prescriptions. They want to be a full healthcare provider. One of their biggest partnerships is with Medifast, another weight management company. Medifast is paying LifeMD $10 million to use their virtual care platform. They also issued stock to Medifast worth another $10 million. It's like Medifast is outsourcing its virtual care to LifeMD, but it also means LifeMD is now tied to Medifast's success as well. Don't forget, LifeMD also owns a big chunk of WorkSimpli, which operates PDF Simply. This is their software-as-a-service business for converting, editing, and signing PDF documents. That's something completely different than healthcare, but WorkSimpli brings in steady revenue with about 164,000 active subscriptions. Now let's talk about the scary stuff. The report has a long list of risk factors. One big one is that LifeMD is in a really competitive market. They're up against big healthcare providers and pharmacies with a lot more money. So they need to keep attracting new customers and keeping the old ones happy. Since they're dealing with people's health information, LifeMD has to follow a lot of rules about data privacy and security, think HIPAA. If they mess up and there's a data breach, they could face huge fines and a damaged reputation. Basically, LifeMD has to be extra careful with your data. There's also the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. They regulate things like compounded medications. If the FDA changes the rules, especially around the use of compounded versions of popular weight loss drugs, it could really hurt LifeMD's business. That's because compounded drugs are sometimes a cheaper option for people who can't afford the brand name stuff or who don't have insurance. And because they are a tech company, the rise of artificial intelligence presents a new set of risks and regulations that LifeMD needs to watch out for. It's not all clear-cut, so LifeMD might have to spend extra money to make sure they're following the rules. Believe it or not, they also mentioned that having warehouses with products also has its own risk that can disrupt their entire business. On top of everything, the company also has to navigate all of the different state rules and has to make sure they aren't violating things like corporate practice of medicine and fee-splitting laws. The consequences for these are steep and can lead to civil and criminal penalties. Okay, let's look at the numbers to see if LifeMD is making any money. Their total revenue jumped by 39% in 2024, reaching $212.4 million. However, they are still not profitable. They lost about $18.7 million this past year, even though their revenue increased. That's because they spent so much on marketing and growing the business. However, on the flip side, cash provided by operating activities was $17.5 million for the year ended 2024. That compares to just $8.8 million the year before. That's certainly a big jump. Here's what we can take away. LifeMD is growing fast and making smart moves into a growing market with weight management, but they are still losing money as they are aggressively pushing to scale. One thing that sticks out as concerning is that LifeMD has identified material weaknesses in their internal control over financial reporting. Basically, it means their accounting isn't as tight as it should be. They are working to fix it, but this is something investors will be watching closely. If they can't get their finances in order, it is going to be harder to grow. In conclusion, LifeMD is a company with both high potential and high risk. They're in a growing market, they're making smart partnerships, but they need to get their financial house in order and keep an eye on those regulations. If they can do that, they could be a major player in the future of healthcare. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and let me know what company I should decode next.